Om Tava Kathamritam Tapta Jivanam Kavibhidiritam Kalmashapaham Shravana Mangalam Srimadaatatam Bhuvi Gnanti Ye Bhurida Janaha. Let us resume our discussion on Sri Ramakrishna's spiritual discourses with his intimate devotees at the Kshaneshwar temple premises on Sunday, the 22nd of February, 1885. The Sunday follows the birthday Tithi Puja of Sri Ramakrishna, Janma Tithi as per the Almanac, and the devotees from Calcutta and around, they assembled to hear the holy discourses of Sri Ramakrishna on this auspicious day. Firstly, Sri Ramakrishna gave instructions to Narendranath how he should tackle the hard realities of life, keeping a spiritual outlook. And now he turned to his household and devotees. They were also present in that congregation. He turned to Surendranath Mitra, who was a very distinguished devotee, close to Sri Ramakrishna. Through him, he is giving a very important message to all the householder devotees who aspire to realize God in this life. The first suggestion of Sri Ramakrishna to Surendranath Mishra was very simple. Majhe majhe esho. बीच बीच में आते जाना. Come here every now and then. Very simple statement. It's not a tall order. He did not tell Surendra to practice long hours of meditation, nor study scriptures, nor go to pilgrimages, nor to make a huge donation. Let him continue whatever he is doing. The prescription was to visit Sri Ramakrishna and the Kshaneshwar temple now and then. That also not regular. He is not telling that you should come every day. As per your convenience. Now we discussed this point before, and Sri Ramakrishna also justifies that why he should come frequently. That Sri Ramakrishna knew that the devotees are heavily laden, so they will not be able to take a tall order for long spiritual practices. So that is just that minimal suggestion, minimal task that they can perform due to their heavy responsibilities in the world. This call of God is always there for the redemption of the devotees. Jesus the Christ was very much concerned about the worldly people in general. Not only he was deeply interested for his chosen apostles, but also for all, especially those who are burdened in the world. For them, he said, he invited them, "Come, all ye that are heavily laden, come unto me, I shall give you rest." He just called them. He didn't tell them to do anything. He said, "Come unto me, and I shall give you the desired rest." In the world, there is no end of sufferings. People come here to enjoy life, but at the end they return burned and frustrated. That is the tragedy of life. Nobody takes a worldly life to become frustrated. They want happiness. Everyone wants happiness, joy, fulfillment, without exception. And that's why, with all their potentialities, capacities, achievements, they enter into worldly life, but as they proceed, they realize that there is no happiness in this world. And most of the time it is too late to reverse their decision and end their life with utter frustration. And this is not any sporadic case, exceptional case. This is the situation in general. There has not been any singular instance in the world where a person became happy leading a worldly life. This is impossible. It is not possible. But unfortunately, despite our so much of intelligence, we are befooled. हम धोखाधड़ी में पड़ जाते हैं. In the Bhagavad Gita, it has been said clearly that this world is asukham, full of misery. Why? Because it is anityam. It is not permanent, it is transitory, temporary. You can never lead a composite life, happy life, while you are on transit. You are moving in a train or a vehicle or a plane. You cannot settle down because it is a temporary affair. Similarly, in this world, everything is temporary. Nothing stays forever. Neither our companions nor our belongings. So Sri Krishna says, Anityam Asukham Lokam. This lokam, this world, is asukham, full of misery. Because it is anityam. So then what is the way out? What to do? He says, but I am eternal. God is there. If you hold on to God, then the problem is over. Anityam asukam lokam imam prapya. You are already forced into it. Whatever may be the reason, you are already in it. You cannot argue why you are there. It is too late. Now once you are in it, then how to resolve the problem, how to get out? Bhajasya mam, call on me, pray to me, come to me. This is the simple solution. But unfortunately, we ignore the warning of God. We do not pay the heed and we suffer. In this world, there is no trace of joy. By joy, whatever is given, whatever we feel, that is the joy of some temporary period. The example is given. In lightning, there is light, but it is not a permanent source of light. जो विद्युत है, जो लाइटनिंग है, बिजली है, बिजली का चमक रोशनी नहीं दे सकते हैं, क्योंकि बिजली का चमक क्षणिक है. For a moment, it cannot lead you the way. It cannot be used as a lamp. Rather, it increases the darkness. It bewilders people. संसार में सुख वैसी बिजली का चमक है. आते रहते हैं, गायब हो जाते हैं. इसलिए भगवान ने कहा, ये संसार असुखम है, कारण ये अनित्य है, टिकने वाला नहीं है. दूसरा जगह में भी भगवद गीता में कहा गया है ये संसार के बारे में, दुखालयम अशाश्वतम. The signboard Bhagavan is given in this world. What is this? That is Dukkhalayam. It is a house of grief, misery. Why? Because it is ashashvatam. चिरंतन नहीं है, eternal नहीं है. So having known this, if we expect joy in this world, there is our foolery. So what is the way out? As Bhagavan says, इमं प्राप्य भजस्व माम, मुझे पुकारो, मेरे पास आ जाओ, मैं आपको उद्धार कर दूंगा. As Jesus Christ gave the clarion call, come all ye that are heavily laden, come unto me, I shall give you rest. मेरे पास आ जाओ, मैं तुम्हें उद्धार कर दूंगा. वैसे ही श्रीमद् भगवद गीता में श्री कृष्ण आह्वान कर रहे हैं, सर्वधर्मान परित्यज्य माम एकम शरणम व्रज, अहम त्वा सर्व पापेभ्यो मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः. इतना प्यार से समझा रहे हैं, गिव अप एवरीथिंग, यू डोंट हैव टू डू एनीथिंग एल्स. There is no prescription of doing penance, meditation, and fasting, going to pilgrimage. Just rely on me, resign on me, and I will take you up. I will relieve you. I will give you peace. So here Sri Ramakrishna is telling to Surendranath a simple way to remain happy in the world, in the worldly life. बीच बीच में आते रहना, प्लीज विजिट मी नाउ एंड देन. ये रेगुलर होने से भी चलेगा, इतना सहज कर दिया. ये नहीं बताया कम ऑन एवरी मंडे ऑफ द वीक, ऐसी नहीं है. जब भी फुर्सत मिलेगा मेरे पास आ जाना, उससे चलेगा. इतना सहज है. वो भी he is justifying, he is explaining why that is necessary. He is giving the example and the advice, the precept of his guru. We know his guru was Totapuri ji. Paramhans Paribrajak Totapuri ji was his sannyas guru. As per the tradition of Naga sannyasi, he was a Naga sannyasi, completely naked. We have a sannyasi sampradaya, you all know, Naga sampradaya. They don't wear clothes. Summer or winter, rainy season or otherwise, they remain naked, always naked. The Totapuri used to be having that naked appearance. So Thakur used to call him the naked one, Nangta, because in our tradition, the Guru is a venerable person, सम्मानीय व्यक्ति. हमारे भारतीय परंपरा में जो सम्मानीय व्यक्ति है उसको नाम से पुकारा नहीं जाता है. Those who are respectable ones, we don't call them by name. Even in the English tradition, we always attach Mr. or respected sir or Esquire. Similarly here the system is we do not utter their name. So instead of calling him by name, he used to call him the naked one. Here Sri Ramakrishna says, the naked one used to say that the metal pot, what is being used, must be cleaned every day. नागा कहा करता था लोटा रोज रगड़ना चाहिए, नहीं तो मैला पड़ जाएगा। तो लोटा को रगड़ना का क्या मतलब है? साधु संग सदैव ही आवश्यक है, ये है मतलब। जैसे लोटा नहीं रगड़ने से लोटा में मैला जम जाता है, और लोटा रोज रगड़ने से लोटा चमकता है, वैसे ही हमारा मन अगर साधु संग नियमित करते रहेंगे तो आध्यात्मिक भावना से उज्जवल रहेंगे, अन्यथा वो निस्तेज हो जाएंगे, उस संसार का आसक्ति में फंस जाएंगे और निरंतर दुख भोग करेंगे। क्यों कहा जा रहा है दिस वर्ल्ड इज ए सोर्स ऑफ अनहैप्पीनेस, ये समझना पड़ेगा। व्हाई इज इट बीइंग सेड? दोज हु आर इन द वर्ल्ड they might feel awkward. That why is it being repeatedly told that the world is a source of grief? We are all here to make fun, to enjoy. This has been declared in the Upanishad. We have to understand what is the definition of joy. आनंद किसको कहलाता है? We are thinking we want to be happy. We should know what is happiness. Upanishad is telling, Yo vai bhuma tat sukham. What is sukham? First understand what is sukham. Yo vai bhuma tat sukham. Nalpe sukham asti. भूमैव सुखम। सिंपल। यो यह वही भूमा तत् सुखम, जो भूमा है वही सुख है। भूमा किसको कहलाता है? आकाश, अनंत। खंड सुख सुख नहीं है। सुख आनंद बाय डेफिनेशन शुड बी अनलिमिटेड। द जॉय विच इज ऑफर्ड and after some time it is denied, it creates frustration. You must have unlimited joy. You can all imagine, suppose you are enjoying something and then it is suddenly taken away. What do you feel? Do you feel happy? But unfortunately that is happening every day. Because of this reason, that it is not भूमा सुख, इट इज नॉट अनंत। संसार में कोई चीज निरंतर नहीं रह सकता है। इट कैनॉट बी परमानेंट, बिकॉज द होल वर्ल्ड इज ट्रांजिटरी। आवर इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स टू एंजॉय द वर्ल्ड, आवर सेंस ऑर्गन्स, वी हैव गॉट 11 सेंस ऑर्गन्स, 10 external and 1 internal, and out of 10 external we have got 5 organs of knowledge and 5 organs of action. Mainly we enjoy through our organs of knowledge, Gyanendriyani, Chakshu Kanna Nasika Jivha Tvak. We enjoy the world by our eyes, ears, nose, tongue and skin. These are the 5 instruments of knowledge through which we enjoy. Now these instruments, they are limited. We have only 2 eyes, only 1 pair of eye, 1 nose, a pair of ears, and limited length of skin and 1 tongue. Now how with these limited instruments we aspire to have unlimited enjoyment? It's a contradiction of the term. Those who are intelligent, they must ponder, analyze. It is never possible to enjoy unlimited with limited instrument. And with this, of course, we have one internal organ, that is mind. That is also limited. That's why in the Upanishad says that enjoyment must be unlimited. So that enjoyment has to be through some other dimension beyond our level of sense organs and mind. We have to transcend our body consciousness and mind in order to enjoy that infinite being, and that is called spiritual bliss. So we can only be happy through divine joy, not through any physical enjoyment. This we must analyze and get settled. भौतिक आनंद कभी बराबर के लिए सुख नहीं दे सकते हैं. It has to be आध्यात्मिक आनंद. जो आनंद इंद्रियां से, मन से भोग किया जाता है, वो सीमित होगा, असीमित नहीं हो सकता है. और जो सीमित है उसका आनंद नहीं कह सकते हैं. The joy should be such, it should have 4 qualifications. Whatever you call joy, enjoyment must have 4 qualifications. First, it should be unlimited, no limit. अनंत होना चाहिए. Second, it should be निरंतर, continuous होना चाहिए. The enjoyment what you get in the world is intermittent, not permanent. Chakravat Bhartante Sukhani cha Dukhani cha. Misery and grief, joy and sorrow are interrelated in this world. You are feeling happy, the next moment you are miserable. Continuous happiness is not there, so there should be continuity. One qualification is it is limitless. Second, it is continuous, nirantar. And third, it should be forever. You may have infinite joy, continuous, but for some time. After that it is khatam. ऐसे नहीं होगा. Forever, shashwat, chirantan, for eternity. Now this body is not eternal. हम सब जानते हैं ये शरीर अमर नहीं है. ये शरीर एक दिन खत्म हो जाएगा. तो लिमिट्स ऐसी शरीर के साथ माध्यम से हम कैसे बराबर के लिए आनंद उपभोग करेंगे, संभव नहीं है. एंड फोर्थली, this should not give any reaction. आनंद के साथ कोई फिर निरानंद का सूत्र नहीं रहना चाहिए. बराबर के लिए होना चाहिए. आनंद के साथ कोई दुख का कारण नहीं होना चाहिए. अभी ये 4 क्वालिफिकेशन इसमें होगा नहीं. इसीलिए श्री रामकृष्ण उनके भक्तगणों का क्या बोल रहे हैं? संसार में तुम्हें ये नहीं मिलेगा, बीच बीच में आते रहो. सिंपल सोल्यूशन. विजिट Why? Because his guru said that the metal pot should be cleaned regularly, every day. रोज रगड़ना चाहिए, every day. And रोज रगड़ने का मतलब साधु संग चाहिए, company of the holy. साधु संग सर्वशास्त्रे कहे लवमात्र साधु संगे सर्वसिद्धि है. Company of the holy is extolled everywhere. A moment's holy company takes us to a long leap. शंकराचार्य जी कहते हैं क्षणमपि संगति सज्जन रेखा भवति भवार्णवतरणे नौका. For how long wants to have holy company? Even for a moment. क्षणमपि संगति सज्जन रेखा, सज्जन का संगति, सज्जन व्यक्ति का संग अगर क्षण भर भी मिल जाए तो क्या बनता है? ये भवान नवतरणे नौका, ये भवान जो भव संसार है, इस वर्ल्ड ऑफ संसारा. To cross the world of samsara, there are two ways. One is we swim, another is crossed by a boat. Crossing by a boat is much easier method, because by swimming we may not cover, we get tired, we may be drowned. But boat gives a safe passage to cross the ocean. That boat is equivalent to the company of the holy. Holy man's company is like that boat which will carry you across this world of samsara and drop you safely at the other shore where God is there. It connects you to God. This boat takes us from this sea of the samsara to the other shore where God is present. So ये भगवान को पाने का एक सेतु बन जाता है. You sit on the boat and boat takes you there without any hassle. इसीलिए ठाकुर कहते हैं, और वो साधु संघ के लिए भी ये नहीं बोला कि हरदम आके साधु के पास बैठ जाओ, बीच बीच में आने पर ही चलेगा, इतना सहज कर दिया. But unfortunately, we are not able to follow even such a simple advice. वो भी हमारे लिए भारी पड़ जा रहा है. अगर किसी को कहा जाए कि साधु संग करें, वो कहेंगे अभी इसका ज़रूरत नहीं है, बाद में दिखा जाएगा, समय नहीं है. So this is how we befool ourselves and we get deprived, cheated, frustrated in our own installations. Now here Sri Ramakrishna makes a different prescription, one for the sannyasins and the other for the householders. Both are not on the same boat. So he has different prescriptions for different categories of devotees. We cannot equate. He says for a sannyasin, all renouncing monks, they must be strictly following the discipline of renunciation, of acquisition, renunciation. They must follow the path of lust and wealth. What is to be renounced? सीधा बता दिया, सन्यासियों के लिए कामिनी कांचन त्याग, no compromise. Lust and wealth, the all-renouncing monks must give up the renunciation of woman and gold are for these sannyasis. They have to renounce the worldly pleasures both externally and internally. The mind, they must develop a distaste for enjoyment of lust and wealth, and in reality, in their external appearance, they must be physically away from them. It's very simple, there is no ambiguity. A sannyasi, by his profession, is not supposed to stay physically close with woman and money. But for the householders, the prescription is not so. A householder must live with the company of woman and gold. So for them, Sri Ramakrishna is not saying that you should stay away from woman and gold. That's why he specifically says here, you should not be misunderstood. There is no singular standard for all. The householders have a different protocol, way of life, as opposed to the sannyasis. They have something in common, something in uncommon. The common factor in both is renunciation, tyag. Because it is said, tyage naike amritattva manashuhu. By renunciation alone, the immortality is attained. There is no way out. Now Sri Ramakrishna is making a bifurcation of practicing the renunciation. For sannyasis, all renouncing monks, they must renounce lust and wealth both externally and internally, physically and outwardly. That is, they should stay away from these two items and also maintain an inner distaste. That is also necessary. Simply staying away from woman and gold is not the solution. They must give up attachment to woman and gold also, internally, or else it becomes counterproductive. This is to be noted, as has been said in the Bhagavad Gita, Vishaya vinivartante niraharasya dehinaha raso varjam rasapyasya param dishtva nivartate. If by physically coming away from woman and gold would have ensured God realization, then everybody must have it. Why they are not able to see God? They are away. Sannyasis are not staying in the world. They are staying in mutt, mandir and other secluded places, in forests and jungles. If by giving up lust and gold would be the solution, then they must be realizing God, which is not possible. Why? Because it is necessary to give up woman and gold both internally and externally. Externally they have come out, but internally, mentally, they must develop their distaste. Nirasakti, detachment, is not easy. Till that is achieved, God realization is far cry. Now, on the other hand, for the householders, there is no restriction to be with woman and money. But here also the same rule applies. Even having plenty of money and women, that person must develop an attitude of renunciation. So here for householders, there is no harm that they live with woman and gold, but in the mind, mentally, they must develop a distaste. That is necessary. So simply by remaining with woman and gold, they cannot develop this distaste. It is not possible. In order to develop the distaste, they must come away from their family fold now and then and think of God. This is the solution. This is the rationale. Why Thakur is telling them to come away from their house? Because coming away from the house is not that easy. Everyone has some duties and responsibilities. Suppose in a weekly holiday, they have a lot of agenda, domestic item to be done. If that day they are simply absent for sadhu sangha, then there is jeopardy here, but that is necessary. Otherwise, the mind cannot be developing that distaste for woman and gold. This world is full of delusion. Here there is so much of attraction, so by mistake, if we come away from this world, then it will not rule. Consciously, you must come away with the purpose to develop the distaste for the mundane attachments, so that your mind can be constantly directed to God. This is the rationale of renunciation and being away from the world and coming close to the holy company. One more advantage with holy company is this, that we see a living illustration. Holy men give a living illustration, so that by seeing them, we become inspired. Maybe God is helping him in this way, he will also definitely help me in my way of life. But this has to be done regularly. This is a mandate Sri Ramakrishna is telling to the devotees, that they must come now and then to him. Now, as I said, as long as Sri Ramakrishna was alive, the people could go to Dakshineshwar and meet him. But now he is no more in his physical form. So where do the devotees go? This is the question. That this message is not no more applicable today. This message was applicable when it was uttered almost 200 years ago, 150 years ago. Now, there is no Sri Ramakrishna, Dakshineshwar is not around. Where do the devotees go? Now here, you see, Sri Ramakrishna is not telling the devotees to come to him personally, not to Sri Ramakrishna, but to God. You must understand. Jesus Christ said, "O all ye that are heavily laden, come unto me, I shall give you rest." This is not only Jesus the Christ, but also any form, any representation of God. Sri Krishna gives a call, "Mamekam saranam braja," come to me, take refuge in me, I will deliver. It's not that when Sri Krishna is gone, that call is closed. God is present everywhere. God is present everywhere, especially through his different manifestations. So that we know, we have to come to God. And moreover here, literally speaking, it's not that Sri Ramakrishna is gone. Swami Vivekananda says, Sri Ramakrishna is very much present in his divine organization. Ramakrishna order, this Ramakrishna Sangha, Swami Vivekananda says, this Sangha, this Ramakrishna order is Sri Ramakrishna's Virata Murti. It's a representation of Sri Ramakrishna as Swami Vivekananda without any ambiguity. He said that Thakur will be present in this order for a very long time, which he later found out. He wanted to say that 1500 years, 1500 years. Anyway, whatever it be, Sri Ramakrishna is very much present in his order. This is called the Thakur's Virat Sharir. This order. So when Sri Ramakrishna is present in this order, so Sadhu Sangha means come to any of the centers which is attached to the order. Simple. In all the major cities of India, we have a center of Ramakrishna Mission. So if you want to have Sat Prasang, Sadhu Sang, go to one of the nearest centers and spend a couple of days per appointment and fulfill this dictum. Simple. It is possible. So we have to implement, first of all, we have to read it, get acquainted, try to understand, rationalize, is it necessary, and then implement. Simply reading will not do. Reading, there are three things. Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. First it should be heard, it should be read. As you are hearing, you have learned, this is the prescription. Then you have to cogitate whether it is necessary. You find that it is absolutely necessary. And the third, this Nididhyasana means you have to implement in the life. That has to be done in our own individual way. Then only we achieve success in our life. We'll continue further in our next Sunday class. Niranjanam nityam anantarupam bhaktanukampadrita vigraham vai Ishavataram parameshamidyam tam Ramakrishnam shirasa namam. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. There is an announcement that today we will have the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav on special youth program in the afternoon, 4 to 6, where the competitors of various events in the inter-school competitions will be awarded prizes, and they will also, the top performers will give their performances, and the prizes will be awarded by Sri Amod Gujral, the Vice President of the Managing Committee of Ramakrishna Mission, Shivastram, Lucknow. It is available in our YouTube channel, Ramakrishna Math, Lucknow. But those who are interested, they can also physically come. We close now with the chanting of the Lord. Please join with me. Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om